Alright, welcome back to Kamen Rider Review, episode 167. Me. We are here doing 4 more episodes of the series. Yep, 4 more episodes for Ryuki. 15 to 18. We have 2 writers make their debut here, and I did look it up. There will not be another writer make a debut into episode 27. Yeah, it's going to take a while. The reason for that, because basically of the new writers show up in episode 17. So, in the case of the first 2 episodes, so it's like a loose 2-parter, and then 17, like the first half of the episode, it is mostly serve as a sort of a conclusion to that little mini arc, and then just begins the very next arc that takes up 9 episodes. Yes, frickin' 9. So, we had this sort of weird game, and also Yuri takes a role in these episodes, which I'm like, we see her basically helping out. First time I could think of, she's actually in the field with Shujo. Yes. Like, when you see her, usually a lot of times she doesn't do anything, or she's on her own, but here she's here with, of course, basically our plucky writer, of course. Yeah. And of course, they're investigating this they're investigating like this game, and people are just dying. And of course, they hear like this noise, and it's like 2 people in a room. Looks like they're acting out a death game. And one is using an axe, the other is using like, I think it was like not a club. I think it was like a sword. I think it was, or something. And these 2 fight for a while. And then, suppose the other one kills the other, though he's actually surviving, and he rips up a button off his cloak. Also in the fight, they smash a window. I'm like, if these guys make a video game, I'm sure probably getting out the budget is probably paying for that window. And that window is probably not going to be cheap. Yeah, so the guy survives, goes to the hospital. After a conversation briefly with me of the game designers, it's like they just want to forget he existed. Yeah, they just play amnesia. We see this one guy like, oh, he might know, but nope. The guy who's basically kind of in charge of the group just being a dick, and well, the guy only get drinks from them, and we see all this mysterious individual watching them. These people. We see a round 2 held in an abandoned building. A third one had it appear. Yes, and the one having 2 buttons gets defeated by the one who has 1 button, so he has 3 buttons. Okay. Yeah. And then we get to the third one after investigating. Then, of course, basically, like, then we figure out that the person behind this is the guy supposed to get their drinks, their errand boy. And it turns out he's a writer. Yes. He is, in fact, the 6th writer introduced in the series. Commoner Guy. Yep. He is introduced here. His name is Jun Sabara, which we'll find out in episode 17. He's actually a company president's son. That could explain his dickish attitude he has. Because he ends up fighting. Of course, Ren shows up too. And of course, Ryu wants to stop the fight. Of course, they fight like another dimension. Of course, there's a monster too. The limited monster. And of course, they fight each other. And by the way, at the end of basically, I think it was part 1 of this story, Guy takes Seiji's contract card. And the very next episode, get this. Here's what happens. So, he apparently, after Shabra had just hacked this website, apparently he reverse hacked her, and they hacked this online news site website, to where he appoints himself the editor, and has the reporters clean the office. And I'm thinking, this is a newspaper, not a cleaning service. So, Oh, and also, he's threatening CG because he had his contract card, so he takes out a lighter and threatens to burn it several times in the episode. So eventually, of course, they go outside after basically trying to promote it. Like, basically, this whole thing is a game for him, just promote this death game. Seems like he really wants to punch him so badly because how much of a dick he is. But look at Ren is there to challenge him. Of course, they have their little fight, and of course, Ryu basically he fights. He actually tries to stop him. But look if he gets CG's contract card back. Get back to CG. They transform and they stop him from killing them. And Ren, of course, comes to some hesitation here. It's also revealed apparently he's been battling people for quite a while. And he is severely injured. He barely is walking. Excuse me. He's also, apparently, in a later episode, he also gets an order wrong. So, one guy makes a fuss about it, so he proceeds to throw the customer out of the restaurant because he dared complain that he got the drink wrong. I'm like he says, oh, I heard this, like, okay, I've kind of experienced that too, but not to the extent where I throw a customer out of a store, out of the restaurant. That's a dumb idea. I apologize because I thought I heard this part. Like, sometimes basically I try to listen to a customer when they give me an order. Like, sometimes I might miss something. Like, I might miss a particular word. Like, that would definitely happen. Not all the time per se, but that does happen. I try my best to pay attention. And people who are trained, I give them basically this particular suggestion. I tell them this. Be sure to listen to the customer of what the order, because you might miss something. Occasionally I might miss something. So I try to apologize for it. Because I may not get everything. And Ren, of course, basically, of course, he's being a dick about it. Then he walks out. We have briefly one episode where the aunt leaves to go to Amazon Club. No, not delivery service. Basically, she wants to. It's like, oh yeah, supposedly going to Amazon. She's only gone for like a single episode. So, we even see you at the journal office, which that's actually the first time she's ever been there. Like, in all these episodes so far, she's never in the office. We've seen her ride in a taxi to a university. Of course, you have the cafe. All these places, but not where CG works. I thought that was interesting. And I'm looking at CG like, wow, you're sitting at a table eating lunch with 3 beautiful women. Lucky you, man. And, well, the thing is, all 3 of those women are currently now are pretty much in their 40s. Yes. Yes, as of currently, the one who plays Yu Kazaki says currently she's at the age of 41. So that means when the show aired, she was 29, despite the fact she claimed she was 19. Yeah, her character was 19 years old. Oh yeah, definitely. Seneko, well, our character was 45 in the show. She passed away just about 6-7 years ago. At the age 64. Oh, Rinko. Her character is 24 at the time the show started. Currently, her actress is 47. So, does that mean that her actress was 24 when the show started? Yes. Yes, indeed. Nanako. Great character. She, of course, is currently at the age of 43. So that means at the time the show aired, she was 31. Yep, 31 years old. And a little fun fact, one of only 3 Kamen series she's been in. The other being, she was Kamen 5 as someone called Smart Lady. Yeah, where she appeared for a lot of that show. I do find it interesting that you have a character who clearly says, oh, she's 19, but she's but the actress is 29. That's nothing unusual because a lot of the time we have actresses who claim to be teenagers are actually 20. This is nothing unusual about that. So, lucky enough, Nanako proceeds to go to the cafe, creates a new virus to hack the newcomer computer. Eventually, they get the card back, and well, they settle that. And then the very next episode, the man is arrested for his crimes from the previous couple episodes. Yeah, that happens roughly at the 5-minute mark. Also, throughout this, basically, we actually have Yuke trying to contact one of the brother's associates, and he doesn't want to talk. Like, stop contacting him. He doesn't want to talk, and then he just gives her all the information related to the study. And before he leaves, he says, "Don't contact me again." And we don't see him again. It's only like third episode he's appeared in. I mean, he's here just as a guest star. Also, he sees Eri occasionally in the hospital. Yeah, so then during this episode, Zolda comes back. Yep, he's back. We first see Garo. He's contacted. Oh, yes, sir. I'll get him right away. And Garo contacts his boss. Says, "Oh, President Shepardson is in jail. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of the next customer. After they take care of my next client." And the next client happens to be the next Kamen Rider. You're like, wow, that was quick. Yes. The Kamen Rider we have, well, he debuts in the episode, becomes Kamen Rider in the very next episode of the series. I just like, that was quick. Is Takashi Akasura. Yep, he debuts at the end of episode 17, where you see him bang his head in a jail cell. Yep. Also, this weird moment in the episode of Monsters, like, he takes his first victim by taking a building washer where he's sitting on, like, he's literally sitting in the air. I'm like, this is a weird spot to kidnap somebody. And lo and behold, there he is. He takes him and supposedly eats him off screen. So, basically, Takashi wants his lawyer, who is Zolda. He does not know he's a Kamen Rider until the very next episode, by the way. So, he wants to get out of jail because he hates being in jail. It's like, you got off lightly. You got a 10-year sentence. Live with it. If you want to get out, get another lawyer. Bye-bye. So then, of course, he frees the other guy like, oh, you're a writer too. Because he figures out a way because he sends basically a whole monster sense. Like, not right now. I'm not in the mood. I'm going to get something to eat. I'm like, wow. We have two writers who just love being dicks. Love being dicks. I would say Zolda is more of a lovable dick than guys. He's a downright jerk. Yeah. So then, this is something interesting. So, he's like, I really want to get out of here. I don't want to be here. And then, one of the most weirdest things I've ever seen happen in this show. Shiro returns. Outside the flashback we saw him in, like, episode 10. Like, I think it was like episode 12, I think it was. Like, in present day, he has not been seen since episode 3 of the show. Yes, he shows up in episode 18, 15 episodes after his last appearance. I kept saying to the screen, like, where the heck have you been? Have you been hiding all this frickin' time, Shiro? Yeah. So then, of course, he just uses his weird ability where no one can see him because apparently he's in mirror world. He just walks into Takashi's cell and is like, "You want to get out? You want to hurt people? Here's the deck of cards where you actually can become a Kamen Rider and just walk out of the cell." So he gets the thing, apparently from a contract really quickly. He proceeds to break down the door of his own cell, breaks down another door, and proceeds to walk out of prison. And by the way, Renko basically is informed about this breaking story about this jailbreak. So she has to go visit Zoda. Of course, she does not know about the writers. She does not know anything about that at all. And basically, of course, he thinks basically it's just from our client. No, but it's Renko. Like, "Oh, hi, Renko. Like, if you would come over, I would prepare another plate of lunch." And I'm sure we're sort of thinking, like, "I can't wait to get this woman in my bed." Yes, I'm sure he is thinking that the whole time because Renko is a beautiful woman. And he has sort of obsession with her. So then, of course, before they get the chain off the door, then all of a sudden, Takashi attacks, blocking out basically Giro stops him from attacking his boss. And, of course, basically, Renko goes chasing after him. He gets police protection anyways. Yeah, protect the guy who's a dick, but also love his lifestyle. I love his office he has. It's so awesome. So you have a journalist chasing after a fugitive. I'm like, that's interesting. That's something for the police to do. But luckily enough, just by sheer coincidence, Ouja gets updates about this, and somehow their subscribers are informed about basically what's going on. It's basically, just stay out of the way, let the police handle them. Which, I'm glad the fact you have other people besides the journalist, of course, go at this guy. He, of course, and then, of course, he runs into June. He's like, "Oh, you're a writer too." He's like, "Writer? You could take the monster, can't you?" "Oh, you must have just became a writer. If you want to make your debut, make it a spectacle." And he's going to be watching it. And I guess he's like, "I think I'll do that." So he proceeds to walk to this diner, and then the cops show up, and he proceeds to beat up two cops, take a child hostage, and walks into this restaurant, holds the whole restaurant hostage while... Oh, here's the thing. Before all this, CG sees the monster, goes inside, goes to the mirror, fights him, takes a bit of time, beats him, and then he comes out like, "Oh crap, there's a hot situation in the very restaurant." I'm like, that's ballsy that him come out and see that. Like, so cool seeing this. And that's kind of the episode's nutshell. Excellent episodes. Also, Ren basically doesn't get a lot to do. It seems like right after the first half of these episodes, you just see him just moping. It seems like one fight you think he's going to help out, but nope, he just is very hesitant. So he puts his deck away and sits down and starts moping. Meanwhile, though, basically we have two Kamen Riders hit into a monster. But yeah, that's pretty much the two episodes in a nutshell. Excellent. Love this. So yeah, that's pretty much a particular view. Excuse me. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. I would have time to do another video like Comic Corner, but it's getting really late, so I'm going to do it tomorrow with my next Kamen review. Okay? See you. Bye.